An eargasm of learning and a no-fuss show. Welcome to the Creative Talk Podcast, where you can learn straightforward topics about branding, digital entrepreneurship, online business, and many more with your charming host, John Santos, along with inspiring entrepreneurs, creators, and thought leaders worldwide.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Creative Talk with me, John Santos, and we have a special guest. I am excited. Guys, we are in the presence of royalty. You know why? Our guest for today is also known as the Consistency Queen. Wow. A social media coach, a broadcaster, as you can see. Guys, our guest for today grew her online radio station to about 14,000 listeners.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're growing.
Wow. She is a bit of a show-off a while ago. I was waiting for a couple of seconds while she sets up her, everything. And when she turned on her video, wow, what a setup. So, but I love her. She's a very, very humble person in spite of, I can say that she's a celebrity, but you can feel her humility. I love her smile, and she's very kind and patient, by the way. So again, let's all welcome, guys, our special guest for today's episode, Eloho FMWA. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on your show. Honestly, I love, that's the power of social media. I love your feed, your Instagram feed. I love the branding, I love the messaging, and so delighted to be here with you.
Yes, Eloho, thank you. I said it off cam and I will say it again. Thank you for spending time, and being with us here in the show. I know you're a very busy person. You've mentioned you have an online event yesterday, but even the time differences, you are still with us here in this show. So thank you so much, Eloho.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, let's get it on. So Eloho, our viewers and our listeners are, we're all excited to know your story. Who influenced you, or what influenced you to be in this greatness, in this position you are right now, influencing? Because guys, 14,000 listeners, that's a lot. So clearly you are successful. You are a platform of authority. So I'm excited. Who or what influenced you to be in this position? The floor is yours. Feel free to share.
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. I mean, quite a few people influenced me, and a few things influenced me as well. One of the persons I'll say is my father, my late father. He died a long time ago, over 21 years now. But my father was into the media. And he was actually one of the first people back in Nigeria, my home country, who starred in one of the first movies ever, And growing up as a child, I used to go everywhere with him. He had this organization, and they used to have like drama presentations in universities and all of that. So I always used to travel with him, and be in the company of actors, artists, and all of that. And I saw how influential my dad was, he was all about change, it's like inspiration for change. It was all about change. And that is what he was preaching through his plays and drama and all of that. So I would say my father was one of my biggest inspiration to actually, now I look back, I know that he influenced me greatly, and then all my siblings then took that role, and they are all into the media. Back in Nigeria, just like you have Bollywood and Nollywood, we've got Hollywood. So my brothers are in Hollywood, the directors, producers, and all of that. So I've always been around media, and I know the power of the media. I know how influential, the media is. So I grew up loving to sing. Yeah, they said I started to sing when I was about 9 months old. So I'd always
9 months.
I know. They said if you told any words, then I would turn it into a song. And they named me Margaret. What's her name? Margaret Singana. So they started calling me Eloho Singana, And so I just grew up that way, wanting to always inspire somebody else. At the heart of everything I do now is to add value to the lives of people. That may be through singing, through radio broadcasting, through social media coaching, through authoring, because I've authored a book as well. But at the heart of everything I want to do is to inspire someone be the better version of themselves. So I found myself trying things like being in music. I actually have 2 albums on iTunes, running running gospel concerts, just because I wanted to influence people. I wanted to impact people, to be the very best version of themselves. So it's been quite a journey. I got into music professionally in 2014, but I've always been in that media space. When I started using social media was as a result. Obviously, we all got into social media because it was a form of, communication to keep, But when I released my album, it was then I understood a lot more the power of social media, because as a result of I started to create a brand awareness. Obviously, I had friends and family who knew me, but I wanted my message to reach a wider audience. So I started to search online, Google up stuff. How do I get my music, my message out there? And oh my God, social media helped me so much, because I connected with DJs all over the world, radio announcers, bloggers, who I still work with today. Because now that I run my own online radio station, I need all of those people, on my side. So it was in 2014, I started to use social media seriously, professionally.
Wow.
2014. That's when, but for me personally, I love to try things out myself. And when it works for me, I then help other people. So when I saw that my followership was growing and increasing, of the things that I was doing on my social media to promote music, I decided in that same year to help another creative, another artist like me, who was going to release her album. She didn't know anything. So I took on the project. Of course, I wasn't paid for it. I was just doing a friend a favor. I took on the project. And yes, she got the same result. And I'm like, maybe this can be a business, So I thought that in 2015, I was going to do a digital marketing master's degree. So I went to the University of Aberdeen. Robert Gordon University in Aberdeen. I did a digital marketing course. And then after that, I wanted to specialize in social media. So I went ahead and did a social media marketing diploma. And since then, it's just been growing. I'm helping other creatives. I'm helping specifically now women of faith who struggle with confidence, who lack the confidence to show up, imposter syndrome, because like someone else is better. The person is not it as well. So I got into all of that to help. I think, like I said at the beginning, at the heart of it, I do value. I just want to genuinely help other people. When I see the effect of anything, I just want to help other people. So in 2016, so my album came out 2014. I released another album 2016. I thought that, I want to take this to another level. I want to be able to support upcoming artists as myself, And I want to be able to share my message of hope, love, and inspiration to a much more wider audience. And so that was when I thought, you know what, we're going to do an online radio. We're going to do TV as well in the process, So 2016, we got together, a name, registered what we needed to register, and then May 2017, we went live. May 22nd, we went live with our first broadcast. I had been doing my show. I have a morning show I called Arise with Eloho, which is like a breakfast show. It's like a show for people who struggle with their mornings, to help them start their day right. So I had been doing that for a month before we went live with the radio. So the radio is going to be 4 years in May. And like you rightly said, we have grown to 14,000 listeners and counting. People listen to us from all over the world, the United States, Canada, Italy, Belgium. There's people who tune in. I mean, they're on the radio from Denmark, all through. People from Saudi Arabia, Nigeria, Ghana, France, the Philippines as well, So, yeah, it's just been a journey. Yeah.
Wow, Eloho. Wow. That is such an amazing story and very inspiring also. Wow.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank
I love it.
So much.
I love that you mentioned, your background in multimedia.
Yeah.
And the combination of, it's a good combination. Your passion to help others, to really transform them, to share value.
Yeah.
Your background in multimedia and your expertise and experience in social media.
Social media.
Yeah, that combination is so powerful. Now, before we push forward and talk about the main topic, I just want to, you mentioned that, you understood the power of social media. Yeah. That's why you utilize it, and you figured it out. You studied, and it's in your core. For our listeners and our viewers, please give a very brief information about what makes social media so powerful.
I think for me personally, it would be first of all, the community that you build, because you can have this amazing product, you can have this amazing business service, but if you do not have people who are willing to invest in that, people who are willing to say, you know what, Eloho, I like you, I trust you, and I want to go all the way with you. If you don't have that, then your fantastic product service is useless. You know what I mean? So for me, the first things first, social media for me is about connection, about community, about, I don't want to use the word followership, but yeah, it's about getting that spirit of community going for you, people who love you, who trust you, who know you, and they become ambassadors of you, to say, hey, Eloho's got this product coming out. I think you should be on it,
I love that. I love that you said about, they are ambassadors. And another term that we can use are loyal followers, right?
Followers.
The loyal followers. They are the people, your core, like what you've said. They will promote. You don't even, you need to promote yourself. They will do it for you, right?
They'll do it. Yeah, they'll do it. So that's a biggie for me, apart from the fact that, you can use social media to advertise people who you never even thought about in this world. You can connect with them, just go on their DM, or now there's Clubhouse, So for me, it will have to be the community, the connection, and the opportunity to have your message out there to a wider audience.
Yeah. Wow, I love that. Take note, guys. Community, opportunity, and connection. Wow. Yeah. That's a powerful trio. Now, having said that, Eloho, you have an overview of what makes, social media powerful. Now, let's dive into the topic. I'm excited our listeners and viewers are also excited how to use social media for your business. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a businessman, how can you use social media for your advantage, for your benefit? Eloho, the floor is yours.
All right. So how can you use social media for your business and to your advantage? First and foremost, like I tell my clients, you've got to, first of all, understand who you are. Understanding who you are, understanding who you have been called to, who you serve, understanding that you are the answer to somebody else's problem. So you've got the solution. When you understand all of these three people, so say for instance, my solution is to make the most amazing cake, for couples intending to get married. That is the solution I provide. Yeah. Then when you've identified that, the next thing you want to do is like, okay, who exactly needs my cake? And then you begin to find out. So ideal clients, like we call them,
target markets, right?
Yeah. But yeah, who needs it? Who's got a problem that I can solve? Once you find out the people who have the problem that you can solve, you now begin to speak to them in the language that they understand. So you can't come, when I first started using media, I was all over the place, I was just all over the place.
I think we all are. Hello,
Yeah.
I think we all are at one point of our life. Well, when we started, we want to be everywhere. We are throwing anything out there.
Yeah. So I would say once you are able to identify who needs what you have, then you begin to find ways to reach them so that they understand that, okay, Eloho has the solution to my problem. And how do you do that? You begin to nurture them. You begin to, I think we all get into that temptation where we've created an amazing product, or we have come up with something brilliant, or we have a business, we're so excited about it, and we just want to share it, and we just put it out there. And then you put it out there, crickets, no one. It's like, okay, but I thought this was fantastic. No. Once you get that, you've got to warm up your audience to you. You've got to talk about yourself, your struggles, your challenges. Why did you start that business? Why do you have that product? And then let people begin to understand, when people understand you, when people know you, like we say, they like you, they trust you enough to say, hey, I'm committed to Jan, for instance. I'm committed, to working with him, because people buy people, they don't necessarily buy the product. It is you that buy. So you've got to do everything you can to warm yourself up, to warm up to their hearts, to nurture them, provide value, as we say. What is their problem? How can I help them? At a point, people were like, you're giving too much information away. You should hoard some. No, I said, don't hoard any. Give as much as you can. And trust me, right people will come and do business with you. So first and foremost, know who you are, understand your purpose, understand your why. Because if you don't understand your why, if you don't understand your purpose, you will do what every other person is doing. You will get lost, you will get burnt out, and you will feel like, no one is, maybe my product is not good. No, it's not that your product is not good. It's because you don't know who you are. You don't know the value that you bring. You don't even understand the value that you bring. Yes, somebody else may be in the same kind of business or service that you provide, but they're not you. They don't have your challenges. They don't have your struggles. They don't have your mistakes. All of that is you. And the people, I'm running an Instagram for 4 weeks course right now. And it's amazing the people who have signed up to that program. Why? Because I showed up, as that person, as the expert they need. I showed up as that person who has the solution to the problem that they have. I made the mistake at one time because I thought I could reach everybody, but I had to narrow it down. I had to niche to say, yeah, it's not like I don't serve or work with other people. No, but these are the people I am focused on. So know your why, understand your purpose, understand your value, find out who needs your product, find out who needs your service, and find out how they, there's a book that talks about the love languages. Find out the love language of your clients. Find out the love language of the people that you serve. How do they respond to the content that you put out? When you understand, serve them more with that. I used to put content because I loved it. I thought that I loved it, and so my clients will love it. But I'm beginning to see there's certain kind of content that do better. So you've got to figure out, does this resonate with them? Would they accept it? And then you begin to show up that way. You've got to have a message, because everybody, no matter what your business is or your product or your service, people want to understand why you're doing it. So you've got to have a message, to use social media. Then there's so many things, so many ways, but for me, this is the core. And then you begin to show up as they say, 80% of the time you provide value. What are the questions that people in your niche, in your industry, are always coming to you and asking, okay, Jan, how can I start a podcast? What are the ways I can grow my podcast? How do I get interviews on my podcast? Then you take those questions and begin to, craft content around those questions. So that's one of the ways that you can use social media, for your business, to enhance it.
Wow.
Find out in your area, in your niche, what are the questions they're always asking you about. Produce that kind of content. And one of the things I'm saying to people now is choose a theme, choose a topic, and stick to it religiously. Sometimes it may get boring. But you can find creative ways, to put it out on social media. Yeah.
Wow. Hello. I cannot contain myself. I totally agree. Wow. A powerhouse, knowledge bomb after knowledge bomb. Straight to the point. Guys, yeah. I hope you are, writing down those points. Or, if you're an old school, write it down. If you're modern, download this episode as soon as this is up.
Yeah.
Because this will really help you. This will give you an overview of how, a different perspective on how you will look on social media and to navigate, to utilize it for your benefit as an entrepreneur, as a business person. Wow. Let me just support that. I love what you said about, understanding your market, understanding the people around you, the society, your followers. What do they need, right? And how you can give what they need, how you can offer a solution to the possible, challenges, or even an answer for their questions. And you can only do that by really immersing, really spending time, research, engaging, getting to know them, funneling down, like what you said. You cannot serve everyone. There should be a specific, a specific market, a specific people, a specific followers, your niche, so that you can engage, connect, and build relationship with them, right?
Yeah.
And my favorite part is, you said that you have to produce and share your message. It's not that you have a great idea, you throw it online, and then, wow, crickets, nothing happening.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. People love to see you as a human being, aside from you as a brand selling something, right? It humanizes the brand. you telling a story. That is what people love. You
Yep.
bringing the people in your journey, giving them a glimpse of who you are, of what you do, why you're doing. I love what you said about you need to understand the why. And
Yeah.
I'm huge. I'm big in promoting that concept.
Why?
The why. I always say this: intent comes before content. You need to understand
Mm, I love
what
that.
is your intent, the
Intent.
intention, the
Yeah.
driving force that keeps you pushing forward, the driving force why you are doing the things that you're doing, because that will resonate in everything that you do. If
True.
God placed this passion in your heart, that would resonate in whatever you do. And
Yep.
that would benefit the people that you will give value for, right? So
Exactly. Exactly.
understand your why. If you
Why?
figure that out, like what you've said, your second point is understand the people. Don't just sell, don't just promote, engage, share your message, and just build relationship. And that's what social media is all about,
Relationship
right?
is so key. Yeah. Yeah.
It's being social. Sometimes we just get complicated. This is a lot of algorithm thing. Yes, it's important, but the main thing is social media is all about being social. That's why it's called social media in the
That's
first
what I
place.
tell people. It is about being social.
You know what, Aloho? I love it, and I really I really feel the authenticity in what you say. Now that I heard you speak about those points, it's clear for me that the reason why you are blessed is because you are a blessing also to people.
Yeah,
The,
yeah,
the,
yeah,
the,
yeah.
the value that you share going back is you understood your why. And
Mhm.
your why is to really transform people, uplift them,
That's it.
help
That's it.
them, guide
That's
them,
it. Yeah.
inspire and motivate them.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with that, that would resonate in every content that you will be producing. May it be in
Hmm.
radio, in TV, in online, everything. And that is
Yeah.
so powerful and it transforms people. It
Yeah.
inspires people. And no wonder
Yeah.
you're blessed because you
Aw.
yourself is an avenue of blessing to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that and I can see that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
So
Honestly,
hello. Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. Please continue.
No, I was just saying that honestly, I love to just be a source of blessing every morning on my show. When I started, I pray for my listeners and I say that God will cause you to be a blessing to everybody you come in contact with today. It may be by your smile, it may be by a cup of coffee or a text message or a word of inspiration, or even through your social media or whatever you do. But be a blessing to the people you come in contact with. And that's for me is I love to be a blessing to people. I read something on Sunday by TV. Is it her car or something? The the Millionaire Mindset. That's the book, and he was talking about a Huna philosophy. Didn't know anything about the Huna philosophy, but he said that you bless that which you want. You know that if you resent anything in any shape, in any form of what someone else is doing, you will never get it. So if you see someone who is doing better than you, if you see someone whose podcast is better than you, rather than resenting them and saying, oh, because we all get that feeling of envy sometimes, and imposter syndrome as well. But rather than let all of those hinder you in your business, and this is not just for a particular sect of people, no, for everyone. Rather than resent that, bless that person, bless their business, bless their home, bless their job, so that when you get to that point, other people will bless you. So yeah, I believe in
Oh,
being a blessing. I believe in being a blessing every which way. Yeah. Some people
wow,
think that being a
hello.
blessing is just finances. No, it's not. It's not just in finances. You can be a blessing in whatever form or shape. Yep.
Ooh, hello. Power points of view. I love that. If you want to be blessed, if you want to be successful, bless someone.
Yep.
Be a source of blessing. Bless someone for you to be successful yourself. I love that concept. I love that. Thank you so much, Eloho. Thank you so much for sharing, knowledge bomb after knowledge bomb, learning after learning, and your perspective, your opinion, your humility. Wow. Imagine 14,000 listeners. You're an international entrepreneur. You are a multimedia expert, and you're so humble. I love that. That is, again, and I will say it again, my respect for you just went higher and higher. And that is why you're being blessed. That's the secret.
Yeah.
You acknowledge that everything is because of God and you are being used to bless people. So that's it. That's the secret to success, right? Wow. All right, Eloho.
Thank you.
We have now reached the part that we will play a game.
Oh boy. Okay.
So the first part, it's an overview of your journey in life and success. The middle part is where we talk about, those awesome knowledge and learning. And then now this part is the signature game of the show. We call it the Creative Fast Talk. So how the game works is I will ask you a question and you are not allowed to spend too much time thinking what the right answer would be. The first thing that comes into your mind, first word that comes into your mind, you say it. And we need you to be totally honest. All right?
I'll try.
Are you ready?
Love it.
Are you ready, my dear?
Yes.
All right. First question. Bum, 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 bum. What's your favorite color?
Yellow.
All right. Hot or cold?
Hot.
All right.
Warm.
Hello. There's no warm in the choices. It's only A or B. Come on. All right. Next. See, now I'm lost. Okay. Going back. Okay. The beaches or the mountains?
Mountains.
Wow. Okay. If you were an animal, Eloho, what animal would you be and why?
The lion.
Oh, scary. Why?
Because the lion is royalty. The lion controls.
I love that.
Is the king of the jungle.
I never heard that perspective before. I always the typical answer would be a lion because he's strong, he's the king of the jungle. But the way you say it, the way you said it, the lion because he's royalty. Wow, so elegant, so you.
Exactly.
All right, next. Movies or books?
Oh, that's a difficult one. Books.
Books.
So we'll go for books, yeah.
All right, okay. So since you answered that, there's a series of questions that are connected to what you answered. Now, this is a tricky game. All right, books. What are your top 3 books of all time?
As a Man Thinketh by James Allen.
Perfect. Love that.
The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John Maxwell.
I love
Today Matters.
Those 2 books are at the back. All right. Today Matters by John Maxwell.
That's 3 already. Reduce Me to Love by Joyce Meyer.
I haven't read that.
Oh, yeah. I read that back in the day, but it influenced my life so much. So, yeah. It's one of mine.
I love Joyce Meyer, by the way.
Oh, yeah. She's mine. I've got all her books.
If you can see, this is my favorite. This is The Power of Simple Prayer. The Power of Simple Prayer and Battlefield of the
yeah.
Mind. Yeah.
Battlefield of the Mind. Yeah, I've got a stack of Joyce Meyer books. Everyone who knows Joyce Meyer. Then I'm gonna add my book.
Oh,
You
of
Are
course,
Not
of course.
Everyone's. So my book is called You Are Not Everyone's Cup of Tea. So that's my
Mm,
books.
I love that. I would love it more if I can get one for free.
It's on Amazon, actually.
All right.
I can Kindle you one.
Oh yes, that's a promise. So thank you in advance. I accept that.
You're welcome.
All right. Next question. Hello.
Yep.
What scares you?
Whew, that's a deep one. What scares me? What scares me?
And I want you to be honest, Eloho.
Yeah. I'm just, what scares me most is not, how, I'm going to explain this. Maybe that
Sure. No worries,
yeah.
no worries.
You know how people look up to you as an influencer, as the leader. So what scares me most is not, I don't want to say living up to their expectations, no, but failing them. Yeah. So that's what scares me most. I don't want to be a disappointment to the people who have trusted me,
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's a super powerful and deep answer. And I totally understand that. Okay. Next, let's make it more, positive and light for you.
Yeah.
Next, driver or passenger?
Driver.
Wow. All right. Okay. The forest or the city?
That's a tricky one too, because I love both.
You need to pick one, my dear.
All right, I'll go for the city.
Right. So the busy life.
Yeah.
All right. What is something that is always in your bag when you were a kid?
I'm sure that would be a chocolate, a sweet, or something. I still have a sweet tooth. I mean, by age, what now? All my teeth were almost gone. So yeah.
All right. Okay.
I'm a sweet tooth. Yeah.
Next question. What is the weirdest food you ever tried?
The weirdest food I ever tried is just even thinking about it. It's I don't know what to even call it, but it was back in Nigeria, and it's like it's like a slimy thing, like a big worm kind of. Yeah. Oh, nah.
What's that?
I don't know.
Okay, guys, so that is how weird it is. She can't even explain what was that. So I'll take that for an answer, Eloho. That's so vivid. Make sure that it's a food, okay?
Yeah, it's food. It's food, actually.
All right.
People love it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, is this a native delicacy in Nigeria?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. The last question is a traditional question that we always ask here in the show. This might be serious depending on how you will take the question. Okay?
Okay.
Have in mind that you need to be honest. Okay. If not, we will not produce this episode. All right. The last question is, if you have the power to bring back someone back from the dead, who would it be and why?
My mother. I miss her so much. She was such a powerful force, such a, I don't know, my mother was selfless. She was loving. She taught me positivity. She could never stand even when I say I am tired, she would tell me, no, replace that. So my mother, I'll bring her back. Her name was Joy. So she brought joy everywhere she went. She was so generous at heart. And honestly, I miss her every single day. So if I had the power, I'll bring her back. I'll just bring her back.
For sure, she is very proud of your accomplishment, and to see you in that position of greatness influencing people, she is so proud of you, Eloho.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right, so that was our game, the Creative Fast Talk. Thank you so much for answering and being silly, knowing that you love chocolates and you've tried this weird food that you can't even describe. Eloho, I know you have online releases or social media platforms, social media accounts, projects, online events, anything that you want to promote. Please feel free to promote it. The floor is yours.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's so generous. Wow. Well, what I'll say is please download the radio app, Heart Song Live, firstly, and then tune in to my radio broadcast every Monday to Thursday morning, 6:30 a.m. UK time. And if you are struggling with your social media, if you're creative, a woman of faith, you're looking for, creative ways to impact your audience and get your message out there via social media, please go to my Instagram account, Eloho Efemoai, book a discovery call or send me a DM, and I would really, really love to work with you. I've also got a book on Amazon, You're Not Everyone's Cup of Tea. You need to read that if you've struggled with low self-esteem, confidence issues. That book will help you. And I think that's about everything that I would love to promote now.
Guys, feel free to connect with Eloho. I'm sure she can help you and guide you in your journey towards success. So thank you again, Eloho.
Thank you.
I am so, it's a pleasure and it's a blessing to have this conversation with you, and you giving us value after value after value. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us here on the Creative Talk Podcast. I'm your host, John Santos. Don't forget to listen and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. See you again, always.